Star Trek Into Darkness is a terribly written movie. Despite this, it's a dark, fun, and exciting adventure, and it's substantially better than J.J. Abrams' first film for two fundamental reasons: hero and villain. After disobeying orders while saving Spock's life, James T. Kirk, Chris Pine, is stripped of his command. But when Starfleet is attacked by John Harrison, a rogue Starfleet officer, Kirk has the opportunity to regain the Enterprise and prove himself once again. One thing that I instantly liked about Into Darkness is that it fully acknowledges Kirk's flaws and has him grow beyond them. Kirk is initially cocky, arrogant, and selfish, and doesn't follow orders or listen to anybody. But throughout the film, Kirk becomes much more responsible, caring toward his crew, and even selfless, with Kirk's decision to arrest Harrison rather than kill him being an important step toward his greater maturity. Kirk isn't a sociopathic bully like he was in the first film.
The blackest eyes, the devil's eyes.
Kirk is actually a likable character this time, and I could almost kiss Abrams for that. John Harrison is also a great character. I don't think I'll surprise anyone when I reveal that Harrison is actually Khan, an iconic villain from the original Star Trek's TV series and The Wrath of Khan, the second film. Khan is an incredibly cunning man who can outfight and outthink his opponents at every turn, and Benedict Cumberbatch's physical force and cold, malicious intensity in the role are riveting to watch. While the first Abrams Star Trek film had a reprehensible protagonist and a bland villain, Into Darkness thankfully has the exact opposite. The two films also share many strengths, including beautiful visual design, thrilling action scenes, solid performances, witty dialogue, and amusing interactions among the Enterprise's vibrant cast. But, as I said at the start of this video, Into Darkness has an awful screenplay. Before I tear into that, I want to briefly return to the villains. A notable flaw of Into Darkness is that it made its main antagonist too cool. Khan is super strong, super intelligent, and has a really sexy voice, and is thus the most awesome character in the entire movie. As such, I didn't want him to fail. It's also fairly easy to root for Khan because his evil plans are very vague and unclear. Compared to the pretty awesome Khan, the secondary antagonist, the traitorous Admiral Marcus, Peter Weller, is pretty lame. He's very awkward and fails to be intimidating.
Spoilers!
Despite my genuine respect for Kirk, the formidable main villain, and the fun supporting cast, Into Darkness mostly falls short of resonating emotionally beyond the awesome action. You don't really feel Kirk and Spock's friendship until Kirk's tearful death, and unlike Spock's sacrifice in Wrath of Khan, which isn't reversed until the following movie, Kirk's noble act of giving up his life to fix the warp core is ultimately hollow, as he is brought back to life shortly after. Spock and Uhura briefly work through some relationship troubles, but again, this romance is barely developed, making it harder to care about, and the subplot is short and unnecessary. Dr. Carol Marcus, Alice Eve, is also a pretty pointless character. She appears to be a double agent for her Admiral father, and while she is a very cute, perky person who sides with the good guys, she doesn't really have anything to do in the plot, other than to reference the original Carol Marcus in Wrath of Khan. Khan may be an extremely threatening man, but the threat he poses is unclear. His basic motivation is to rescue his family of fellow frozen super soldiers, and while it is suggested that Khan will continue to wage a eugenics war on all those genetically inferior to him, which is something he did in, as far as I know, the original series, and Wrath of Khan, this goal is very poorly explained in the film itself, and quite improbable, as he would be fighting the full might of the Federation. The deaths of Kirk and his tough-love mentor, Admiral Pike, are very sad, poignant moments, but otherwise it's strange to note how little Star Trek Into Darkness makes you feel. So, Admiral Marcus awoke Khan from stasis and held the other super soldiers to ransom so that he would militarize the Federation and spark a war with the Klingons. Marcus hid the super soldiers inside some prototype photon torpedoes so that, when they are fired at Khan, all the evidence of Marcus's plans would be disposed of. It's a clever plan, I suppose, though I would question Khan's usefulness, as he is a man from the 20th century being awoken in, I think, the 23rd, but why does Khan play right into Marcus's hands by teleporting to Kronos, the Klingon homeworld? A war with the Klingons was what Admiral Marcus wanted, and Khan clearly wasn't expecting to be arrested instead of bombed from orbit. Khan had no plan beyond trying to kill Marcus in the conference room and would have been killed if Spock hadn't persuaded Kirk otherwise. Khan would not have been such a sitting duck if he had fled to anywhere other than Kronos, so this is a really stupid way to progress the plot. Toward the climax, Khan, a man with superintelligence, is tricked in a ridiculous way by Kirk using the torpedoes. It comes across as laughable because you know that Khan is smarter than that. So, with the undefined threat Khan poses, the pointless secondary characters and subplots, the idiotic way the plot starts, and the general lack of emotion, Into Darkness's screenplay is garbage. But I do like the film, and I'm willing to call it a minor success for its great hero, awesome villain, and how funny, action-packed, visually stunning, and well-acted it is. It's superficial entertainment, but there's nothing inherently wrong with that. It is also possible that my reaction to Into Darkness has been inflated by how bad the first film was, but so be it. Star Trek Into Darkness gets a reserved recommendation from me and earns 3 stars out of 5. Thanks for watching. Cheers.